The age-old debate surrounding daylight saving time has once again taken center stage in the United States. This practice, which involves setting the clocks forward 1 hour during the warmer months to extend evening daylight, and then setting them back again in the fall, has been a topic of contention for many years. This time, it's not just about grumbling over losing an hour of sleep or enjoying extended daylight. The debate has evolved into a broader discussion about the impacts on health, economy, and even public safety. The conversation has escalated to the halls of Congress, fueled by public figures like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who have both voiced their opinions on the matter. Their involvement has brought a new level of attention and urgency to the issue, and driven by a growing number of states taking matters into their own hands. Several states have already passed legislation to adopt permanent daylight saving time, pending federal approval. As the nation grapples with the potential end to the biannual time change, the debate highlights a deeply rooted division in public opinion, and a legislative process caught in the crosshairs. Some argue that the time change is an outdated practice that no longer serves its original purpose. The crux of the matter lies in the desire for a permanent time standard, eliminating the need to adjust clocks twice a year. This would provide consistency and potentially reduce the confusion and inconvenience associated with the time changes. Proponents of ending the time change argue that it disrupts sleep patterns, impacts productivity, and poses potential health risks. Studies have shown that the sudden shift in time can lead to an increase in heart attacks, strokes, and other health issues. They advocate for either year-round standard time or permanent daylight saving time, each side citing benefits ranging from energy savings to reduced crime rates. Supporters of permanent daylight saving time argue that the extra evening daylight can lead to more outdoor activities and a boost in local economies. However, the path to a resolution is anything but straightforward. The issue is complicated by differing opinions and interests at both the state and federal levels. The debate has become entangled in a web of political maneuvering, social media influence, and varying state-level initiatives. Social media platforms have amplified the voices on both sides, making it a hot topic of discussion across the nation. Navigating this complex landscape requires understanding the key players, the legislative hurdles, and the potential consequences of each proposed solution. Lawmakers must weigh the benefits and drawbacks carefully before making a decision that will impact millions of Americans. The debate over daylight saving time is far from a recent phenomenon. It has its roots in the early 20th century, originally implemented to make better use of daylight during the longer days of summer. It has been a recurring topic of discussion and contention for decades, with passionate voices on both sides of the issue. Each time the clocks change, the debate is reignited, bringing with it a mix of frustration and hope for a permanent solution. Yet, the current chapter in this ongoing saga carries a renewed sense of urgency and the potential for a lasting decision. As the nation watches and waits, the outcome of this debate could finally bring an end to the biannual time changes that have been a part of American life for generations. Adding fuel to the already heated debate, former President Donald Trump threw his hat into the ring, injecting his signature brand of unpredictability into the discourse. His involvement brought a new level of attention and controversy to the topic, as is often the case with his public statements. In a December 2024 social media post, Trump expressed his support for ending the practice of changing clocks, citing inconvenience and unnecessary costs as his primary motivations. He argued that the biannual time shifts were a burden on the American public and businesses alike. He even went so far as to suggest that the time change was archaic and outdated, echoing the sentiments of those who view it as a relic of the past. This perspective resonated with many who have long questioned the relevance of daylight saving time in the modern era. However, in a surprising turn of events, Trump seemed to backpedal on his previous stance just a few months later. This shift left many wondering about the consistency of his views and the factors influencing his change of heart. During a March 2025 interview, he characterized the daylight saving time issue as a 50-50 proposition, acknowledging the valid arguments on both sides of the debate. He noted that while some appreciate the extra daylight in the evening, others struggle with the darker mornings. He conceded that while some people prefer the extended daylight hours in the evening, others find the darker mornings disruptive to their routines. This nuanced view highlighted the complexity of the issue and the difficulty in finding a one-size-fits-all solution. This shift in position, while characteristic of Trump's often unconventional approach to public discourse, highlights the complexities surrounding the daylight saving time debate. It underscores how even prominent figures can grapple with the multifaceted nature of such issues. Even those who initially express strong opinions may find themselves swayed by the counter-arguments, or the realization that there is no easy solution that will satisfy everyone. The debate continues to evolve as more voices join the conversation. Trump's involvement in the debate, though fleeting and somewhat contradictory, underscores the widespread attention the issue has garnered in recent times. His comments have sparked renewed discussions and brought the topic back into the public eye. It serves as a reminder that the question of daylight saving time is not merely a matter of technical adjustments but rather a societal issue with the potential to impact daily life for millions of Americans. The ongoing debate reflects the diverse perspectives and priorities of the population, making it a challenging issue to resolve. Never one to shy away from a trending topic, tech mogul Elon Musk also waded into the daylight saving time debate, leveraging his considerable social media platform to gauge public opinion. In a March 2025 poll posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, Musk posed a simple yet impactful question to his millions of followers. If the United States were to eliminate the biannual time change, would you prefer to make daylight saving time permanent or revert to standard time year-round? The response was swift and substantial, with millions of users participating in the poll within hours. The results, while not scientifically representative of the entire nation, provided a fascinating snapshot of the prevailing sentiment on social media. 58% of respondents expressed a preference for permanent daylight saving time, while 42% opted for year-round standard time. While Musk himself refrained from explicitly endorsing either side, the poll served as a powerful reminder of the influential role social media platforms play in shaping public discourse. It also highlighted the deeply divided nature of the daylight saving time debate, with no clear consensus emerging even within the digital sphere. The poll's impact extended beyond the realm of social media, sparking renewed conversations and debates across various platforms. News outlets, talk shows, and online forums buzzed with discussions about the implications of Musk's poll, further amplifying the already heightened attention surrounding the issue. As the national conversation around daylight saving time intensified, the battleground shifted to the halls of Congress, where lawmakers grappled with the responsibility of translating public sentiment into concrete legislation. This was no small task, as the issue of daylight saving time had long been a contentious one, with strong opinions on both sides. At the forefront of this effort were Senator Rick Scott, a Republican from Florida, and Representative Vern Buchanan, also a Republican representing Florida. Both lawmakers had been vocal advocates for making daylight saving time permanent, arguing that it would benefit their constituents and the country as a whole. In January 2025, they reintroduced a bill that had previously passed the Senate in 2022, but stalled in the House of Representatives. This reintroduction was seen as a renewed effort to push the legislation through both chambers of Congress. The bill, aptly named the Sunshine Protection Act, aimed to make daylight saving time permanent across the United States, effectively eliminating the need for the biannual time change. This change would mean that Americans would no longer have to adjust their clocks twice a year, a practice that many find disruptive. Proponents argued that this would provide numerous benefits, including increased daylight hours for outdoor activities, reduced energy consumption, and a boost to the economy, particularly in sectors like retail and tourism. More daylight in the evening could encourage people to shop more and spend more time at tourist attractions, particularly in sectors like retail and tourism. However, the path to passage was far from certain. The bill faced significant hurdles and opposition from various groups. The Sunshine Protection Act faced opposition from various quarters, including some health experts who argued that permanent daylight saving time could disrupt circadian rhythms and lead to negative health consequences. These experts pointed out that our bodies are naturally attuned to the cycle of the sun, and any artificial alteration could have unforeseen effects. Others expressed concerns about the potential impact on school schedules, particularly in states where children would be commuting to school in the dark during the winter months. Despite these challenges, the reintroduction of the Sunshine Protection Act signaled a growing momentum behind the movement to end the time change. the bill's supporters remained optimistic, believing that the benefits far outweighed the drawbacks. It also highlighted the crucial role of Congress in navigating this complex issue and balancing the competing interests at play. The debate over daylight saving time was a clear example of how difficult it can be to enact change even when there is significant public support. So, let's talk about the Sunshine Protection Act. This piece of legislation aims to make daylight saving time permanent across the United States. Basically, it means no more switching the clocks twice a year. The idea is to provide more daylight during the evening hours, which can have several benefits. For instance, it could potentially reduce energy consumption and improve public safety. But of course, like any legislation, it has its critics. Some argue that it could disrupt sleep patterns and have other unintended consequences. It's a fascinating topic with many layers to consider. In recent years, several states have begun to follow Florida's lead. States like California, Washington, and Oregon have all passed legislation to stay on daylight saving time year-round. However, these changes require federal approval, which has yet to be granted. The movement is gaining momentum, but it faces significant hurdles. Supporters of permanent daylight saving time argue that it can lead to more daylight in the evening, which could boost the economy and improve public health. On the other hand, opponents claim that the change could disrupt sleep patterns and negatively impact those who are early risers. The debate is complex, with valid points on both sides. Across the country, opinions are divided. Some people enjoy the extra hour of evening light and believe it enhances their quality of life. Others find the twice-yearly clock changes to be a nuisance and advocate for a standard time year-round. The nation remains split on what the best approach should be. The future of daylight saving time in the United States remains uncertain. While there is growing support for change, federal approval is still required for any state to make the switch permanent. As discussions continue, it remains to be seen whether the country will eventually adopt a uniform time policy.